Hello, and welcome to another review from me, the WildWestGamer, and today we'll be talking about X-Men Mutant Academy for the PlayStation 1. Released in 2000 by Activision and Marvel. It is a beat-em-up, essentially. That's the only real way I can describe it. A superhero-themed beat-em-up starring the X-Men. Not just the X-Men as well, the Brotherhood of Mutants as well. Essentially, it does what it says on the box. You have a roster of characters, Wolverine, Cyclops, Storm, as well as some unlockable characters as well from completing the game, as the characters you originally get to start with. And you essentially go through levels from the X-Men universe fighting. There really isn't much I can say about it apart from it is a hell of a lot of fun. Each character has a range of abilities, light attacks, heavy attacks, ranged attacks. Some of ranged attacks, sorry, is like the ones who have the ability to throw projectile-based abilities, such as Cyclops and Gambit. You know, Gambit throwing cards, Cyclops shooting beams from his eyes, you know, etc. Though the melee characters do have, like sort of charging abilities, and also they do not incredibly, but they do a lot more damage. In comparison, so the game is quite balanced. I can't talk about this game without a smile on my face. For a PlayStation 1 game, it looks really nice actually. The character models are easily recognisable. Anyone who used to watch the X-Men cartoon during the 90s, or read the comics, or just knows their basic X-Men characters, or history and lore, know who is who from the roster. Wolverine, of course, in his iconic yellow and blue suit. Cyclops, and again, he's quite sort of Kevlar stylish blue suit. I mean, I think it's all very much based on the characters from the 90s. But you can unlock new costumes. You can unlock the movie ones, the movie costumes, which is quite cool as well. You could do that also in Wolverine. X-Men 2 Wolverine's Revenge. You can unlock different skins, and one of them again was the X-Men suit. So clearly this game is capitalising a little bit on the first X-Men film, which it should do, because that was a very good film, and I recommend anyone check that out, by Bryan Singer. So yeah, I mean, as far as the story goes, there's not a great deal to really talk about. You're simply fighting each other. There is a slight, sort of, well, I suppose I don't know really what you would call it. It basically says you are supposed to pit your skills against the other members of the X-Men team and the Brotherhood, and test your mettle, test your skills, and train to be the best. Do you have what Professor X is looking for? I was like, well, I don't think Professor X tests the abilities of the other X-Men by them kicking the shit out of each other, but hey ho, I've not read an X-Men comic in a couple years, so perhaps I'm a little bit out. But aside from the fighting games aren't known for their stories. You don't go playing Street Fighter or Tekken or Mortal Kombat for the monologues or the acting. There's not really the only sort of tugging of heartstrings is normally because of a fatality. But just grabbing this game, playing it with another friend, and enjoying that sort of simplistic indulgence of kicking the crap out of one another with superpowers thrown into the mix never gets old. The game does have a versus mode and an arcade mode, but that is it. It's not exactly very heavy on modes, but then again, not many fight 'em ups really are. As you can see, the way the models move behind me is quite nice. As you can see, that's Storm versus Sabretooth behind me. Storm, oh my god, what the hell did he just do to it? Jesus, I've not done that. As you can see though, what's nice is the models each feel quite unique. Storm there is flying, and her attack zone, she just used a lightning attack on him. Again, look really nice, good lighting, good, particle effects, good, lighting effects. Everything really makes this, really makes the attacks feel good, and it should do in a fighting game. There's nothing worse than picking it up and finding out the attacks feel quite weak and limp. The big characters really do lay in and properly hammer the weaker characters, but the weaker characters tend to have some really nice abilities like Storm does there, some lightning, stuff like that. So it's, like I said at the beginning, it's quite balanced. It's very fair. Saying that though, did get my ass kicked very early in the game, and I was playing as Wolverine, a character that I have to say I'm very familiar with. I have played this game before. This wasn't something that I saw in a bargain bin and picked up. I have played this before, and I have to say, whether it's just me showing my age or whatever, it is a game that bites you if you're not careful. Around level 3, around stage 3, I found myself having to rematch characters, and around level 4 or 5, I was being outright beaten. So yeah, I would say if you want a challenge, do check this out. Apart from that though, if you're not one of those people who's really hardcore for fighting games, who doesn't want to just fly through it and take it right to the end and unlock everything, then this is just simply a guilty pleasure. It's not by far the best fighter out there. The moves, while there are quite a few, there was quite a lot of moves, and I have to admit I didn't unlock all of them. You don't have to unlock me. So what I'm saying is you have to, I didn't discover all the combinations. There isn't, say, as many as Street Fighter or Tekken, or probably, well, definitely Mortal Kombat's got a lot of attacks in it. But still, this game is a guilty pleasure. That's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to just sit down, enjoy what it is, you playing as the X-Men and the Brotherhood of Mutants and fighting each other. Apart from that, there's not really much more to say. I mean, for its age, it's pretty good. It looks pretty nice. The Marvel license has been put to really good use. There was a sequel to this off the PlayStation 2, which had, apart from updated skins for the characters, looking more like the early 2000s characters. It also had more characters, a larger roster. I never had a chance to play that, unfortunately. That was something that I missed. But if anyone can get hold of it, X-Men Mutant Academy 2, I'd recommend it. Seriously, I expect that's quite good as well. Like I say, this is for the PlayStation 1, and whilst, we can, ooh and ah about a game this old, it certainly is fun to play and pick up. There's nothing wrong with it because of the simplicity of it. It's a timeless game. It played well then, it plays well now. So yeah, really quite a short review. I'm trying to think of anything negative. There's really nothing bad about this game. I mean, well, unless you don't like Marvel. If you don't like Marvel, if you don't like the X-Men, if you don't like superhero games in general, if you don't like if you don't like fighters, then you're going to avoid this anyway. But if you like any of that, if you want to pick up a game for a couple quid, I got this for free. This was donated from a very generous donator. Knew that I was looking for PlayStation 1 games, and handed it over and said, see what you think. Loved it. Really good fun. If you just want, there's so many times in life where you're sat down and you're like, God, I don't want to properly immerse myself in something. I just want to sit down and grab something to play. This is that game. You kill 5-10 minutes with this game, and really that's it. That's all this game. That's all this game can be to you. So yeah. As for the character roster, the usuals are there: Wolverine, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Gambit, Magneto, Toad, Sabretooth, Nightcrawler, Beast, etc., etc., etc. Who's going to be in there. It's not a massive roster, though, I will mind you. I think it's probably 15 characters, maybe 20. Again, if I'm honest with you, I've not played this game the whole way through. I know that's bad, you should do if you're going to do a review, but again, it's a fighting game. That's really all you do. It's not like there's any hidden mechanics that only reveal themselves later on in the game. It's simply a fighting game. But it's really, really enjoyable. It's really good fun. Simplistic, easy to, pick up and play. So yeah, good music to it. Punchy beat, really gets you into the mood, really makes you want to sort of properly lay in. Don't know who this is. Oh, hello. We got Wolverine now. fan favourite. And Wolverine and Sabretooth, proper grudge match there. So yeah, like I say, simplistic game, good fun, enjoyable, some really nice brutal attacks, especially if you're playing as one of those two. Pick it up if you can. I expect you'd probably get it for a couple of quid at any, second-hand video game store, definitely on the internet somewhere. Try and grab it. I had a blast with it. Really good fun. Something to do until perhaps a new release is coming out for one of the current consoles. I don't know. But this is the WildWestGamer saying, have a good one. Enjoy yourself. Hopefully you're all playing something great. And yeah, please subscribe, leave comments, leave opinions, leave feedback. And yeah, that is it. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye bye.